Welcome, welcome. We'll get started here in a minute. Sorry I'm a little late. Yeah. So there's just one of you here right now. That's cool. Got a lot to go over today. Should be a good show. All right, let's get into this. How's it going? Hope y'all are well today. All one of you so far, but there's usually a bunch of people that watch this after the fact too. Yeah, got a lot to go over today. Let's turn down this music a little bit. Switch it up. All right. Hey, Nathan. How's it going? Thanks for being here. Yeah, so we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today. We're going to talk about Sonic Time Twisted. We're going to talk about Game Fact Special. We're going to talk about No More Robots. And we're going to look over a lost Time Twisted level, as well as talk about Sonic Superstars. And if there's anybody that wants to share anything at the end, we'll do that. I want to get a community like share section going at the end. We can also chat, but until these streams get bigger, that part will be kind of spotty, I imagine. Okay, so let's go over let's go over Game Fact Special first. Let me just pull up the channel here. Yeah. Give me 1 second. YouTube.com/Game Fact Special. Facts Special. Gotta type it all out. Okay. Let's share a window here. There it is. Okay. Whoa. I forgot 4K monitor, right? So here's the Game Fact Special page. Got a new video here. 1 hour of, let's zoom in a little bit. 1 hour of Spider-Man facts. This is a compilation video of all our old Spider-Man videos. Thought it turned out pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And it's performing pretty well too, at least for one of our recent videos. We had that 2-month break, so the channel kind of took a dive for a little bit, but it'll come back. It'll roll right back. Then we released this Lost 2-player, bunch of cut features from Marvel's Spider-Man. This one was written by Mike Alexander. He did a great job with it. It was edited by Andre. I really like how that video turned out. Check that video out. It's also inside of this larger video here. Aside from that, I read over and did some editing of Mike's script last night for Sonic 2 Time Travel episode, which is going to be sick, I think. There's a bunch of new information about Sonic 2's time travel mechanic or feature, I guess, that has been revealed in the past few years. So put a big video together after a bunch of research going over all that. I hope you all will like that. It'll be like a 13-minute video, I think. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah. Aside from that, got a Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong Every Canceled Game episode, not country specific. But we got that video going and it's in editing right now with a new editor. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah. And I got a voice actor for the Sonic 2 time travel episodes, so that'll be coming out here within the next month as well as some other videos we're working on. So I think that's kind of where we're at with Game Facts Special. The channel's starting to pick up a little bit, getting about 500 views a day again now. Hoping that picks up to around 1,000 views a day here pretty quick. But yeah, that's just kind of how things are going with the channel there. Kieran made the Donkey Kong script. He's working on every canceled Sonic script part 2, which I mentioned last week. He's right in the middle of writing that. Yeah. So next on the list is No More Robots. Basically, as I mentioned last week, I switched to Godot from Unity. We all know what happened there. And I've had to rewrite the engine from scratch, or at least the movement engine, I guess. Godot is an engine, right? So what I'm going to do is go over a little bit of the code for that, do a demo of what I've worked on, which is basically the animation system and the 360 movement. We'll look at that real quick, and then we'll look at a little bit of code, but I don't want to lose you non-coders, so it'll just be a little peek to give a little inspiration to those coders. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I'll pull up No More Robots here, and we'll do a little demo. Switch. I think I have some debug mode on or something. There we go. Okay. Switch Windows here. We want this. So, whoops. Really starting over with No More Robots, unfortunately, but I do have a lot of the code I'm reusing, so that's a good thing. Make this a little bigger. Okay, so basically, not a big fan of built-in animation systems. I don't like that. Let's get rid of the the chat for a second. I'm not a big fan of built-in animation systems, the one in Unity or this one in Godot. So I built my own animation system, and I'm using the big texture atlas to keep track of all of Relic's sprites here. And this is kind of it, really. He can run, he can jump, and he can idle. And of course, the 360 physics are working rudimentarily. I don't know. Yeah, now there's nothing down here, so I'm gonna die. So that's really it with this. Just I got the animation system working. I got the 360 working. Probably the next step is like the joystick abstraction, because I have my own abstraction for that because of the combo system for his sword. So I'll probably start working on refining the physics and getting the input working the way I want it to, and adding in his sword mechanics. What's the premise of No More Robots? So I'll tell you real quick. Thanks for asking. Great question. Hey, SGQ Review Show, how's it going, man? SGQ wrote one of our episodes for Game Facts Special, which is Super Mario history episode. It turned out really well. You should go check out that episode if you haven't. Anyway. And he's got a cool channel of his own where he goes over a bunch of Mega Man reviews and a bunch of Mario reviews and some Sonic reviews, I believe. But it's been a while since I've looked at your reviews, so forgive me if the Sonic reviews is wrong. I think there's some on there. I've watched them, but it's been years now. Yeah, it was a great episode. Thank you. Really, like, that was the first episode where we really took the voice quality to the next level, because as you can hear, I'm not much of a voice actor. Yeah. So, where was I? Story of No More Robots. And I guess I'll put it big cam here. So it basically takes place 1,000 years in the future of whatever planet this is. And this woman, who I'm calling Dr. Adra right now. I don't know if she'll stick with that name. But Dr. Adra basically, or Professor Adra, I don't know, picks up or digs up this robot who's been buried in the ground for 1,000 years. And her motive behind picking this robot up is there's been a UFO or an alien invasion, and robots have been outlawed on this planet for about 1,000 years because there was this big robot war in the past. And but she goes ahead and digs up the very last robot and puts it back together to fight this alien invasion. And so the whole game is kind of like, where did this robot come from? How does it tie into the UFO invasion? And the relationship between the robot and Dr. Adra, and all the relationships he develops as he progresses through the game, such as, like, there's a chicken, or actually he turned into a light bulb man, so I'll have to come up with a new name. But his name was Cosmo Cluck. He needs a new name now because he's a light bulb man. But I've got a bunch of different characters and stuff, and a big story planned, and should be pretty cool. So I'm excited to share more about that as we move forward with these streams. What's a Sonic? Yeah. Yeah, maybe you didn't write any Sonic episodes. Sorry about that if that's the case. I used to watch a lot of your videos at night. I kind of ran out of them, but I used to put them on while I was, going to bed and stuff, and watch them. SQG. I always mix up letters. Sorry about that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and look a little bit at the code for not Time Twisted, No More Robots. I don't want to lose you guys if you're non-coders, so this will be a very brief look, and we'll just kind of get an overhead view, so maybe you can get an idea of how, like, game development works, even if you don't program. All right, so let me find yeah, there we go. Got to scale this down a little bit. I'll show the chat again after I'm done with this part. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I think I got it squared away. I think this last week's stream, a lot of technical difficulties. Okay, so I basically have this character here. You can see him, and he's called Player 2. There's no reason he's called 2. It's just because I made a copy. But he essentially has this sprite here, this 3D sprite, and if you look, it's kind of hard to see. But if you look, you can kind of see that each one of these is a frame for this character, and there's over 180 of them, 180 frames, and they are kept separately in these PNG files here. You can see them all on the side here, but they then get transformed into this what's called an atlas texture, and you basically take them all and you set a couple settings and you give them an output PNG, which is this relic PNG here, and then it'll output to that PNG as one big image. And then I have an index of all, or I have a big texture with all of my animations on it, and I've split it up here into the number of frames it is vertically and horizontally, so that I can get the squares for each frame. And so that's all good. It works great. And I made some scripts to animate it, which I'll go over very briefly. First of all, this is my main player script. This is basically the main game loop here, which runs all these actions and stuff, and at the end it sets the animation after the actions have been triggered. And I have this animation class here, which is what's running those other two methods I just showed. And each set of animation gets its own animation set in code here. So you can see, like, I think this is whether or not it loops. This is the position it starts at on that big image. So the run animation starts at frame 50 on that big old image I was showing you. I'll show it just one more time. Here, this one. So I'd go left, over, down, rows until I got to 50. And then that animation would start, and I pass in a reference to this actual Sprite 3D object so it knows where to grab all the frames from. I tell it how long the animation is, which is 12 frames for the run. This is the loop frame. Not all animations want to loop on their starting frame, so in this case it is the case. So the loop frame is the same as the start frame, but otherwise it wouldn't be. This is a way to pass methods into as arguments into other methods. So you can see here this animation run speed corresponds to this here, and this is a algorithm for calculating the speed of Sonic's walk or jog animation based on the ground speed he's currently moving at. So as he moves faster, the animation goes faster. So no more robots is 2.5D. Yes, absolutely. It's actually going to be similar in not look but kind of like Superstars, to where it never like veers off on a curve to where it's no longer like going left to right. But you can go back into the background in cases. I can't show this in the new build because I haven't re-implemented it yet outside of Unity. But essentially, if you've ever played Yoshi's Crafted World, it's mostly a 2D platformer, but there are points where you can like walk into the background and find a new path, and then keep going down that path instead. And I did that so that I could add like hidden paths and stuff, and I felt like I want to have an overworld, like a hub world. So like I have this idea that I haven't really done too much with yet, but there's going to be like a diner, and I want that diner to have like 2 rows of seating so you can like walk between the diner and walk in and out. Yeah, that'll be like the forest diner, but yeah, it's a ways off. Hey, Dark. Thanks for coming. Let me... So I think that's really it as far as what I wanted to go over with No More Robots. Got the new animation system I built this week. Figured out how those Atlas textures work, which was kind of a pain in the ass. Excuse me. Pain in the behind. Darn it. I worked on the 3D physics a little bit, and next week I'm gonna bring over the input code and start working on the combo system and the sword moves. You know what they are. Okay. So, the last thing I wanted to say is, if you are a programmer, I did put those animation scripts, all 3 of them, on my Patreon. I have one Patreon right now named Malk, who is really the reason why these streams are happening, because I felt like I needed to do something since I had a Patreon. So I'm doing these streams, and I'm finding them super motivating for making me work hard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right. So next on the agenda is probably the most interesting to a lot of people, and that is the Sonic Time Twisted Lost Level. So the deal is, I said this last week before the stream crashed. But I said this last week before the stream crashed, and basically, if these streams start doing well and, you know, things are really hopping, I'm planning on putting another level into Time Twisted. And that level will be Metro Mayhem. And so I thought we would go over it a little and I'd show you, because this isn't a new level. This is a level that was canceled from Time Twisted. And if you want to blame a person for this, you know who you can blame for it being canceled? Mercury. He said it wasn't good enough, so I canceled it. But I think you'll agree it's all right. And we can improve it too before we put it in the game, especially the level design. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, what do I want to show first? I'll pop this open. Okay. How long does it take an image viewer to open? Okay. Here we go. This needs to be photo app. Why? Does the photo app just not work in OBS? Is that a thing? Okay, I'm gonna have to open it in something else. Give me just a second here. I just assumed the freaking built-in Windows image viewer. Oh no! Now I've done it. Well. Oh man, now I've done it. I have a something's crashing my just give it a second, but something's crashing my Windows Explorer when I try to open things. But that's fine. We'll just open this in Photoshop. Just give me another second here. I'm sorry about this. So we'll pop all these open. Actually, I can just open them all. I like this song. All right. Okay, so this is very interesting. Photoshop. Yeah, there's Photoshop. Are you kidding me? Why don't I see anything? Can you see it? What the? Oh, it's just too big, I think. No? I don't know. Let's see. This is insane. Really? Really? Okay. I'm gonna have to find another freaking way to show these images off. Holy smokes! Alright. Image viewer. I can do it in Paint. All right. This is gonna take a little longer now, but that'll be all right. And I can't show off the backgrounds either, but I'll just save those out, so that'll be fine too. Okay. Now, if Paint doesn't show, I don't know. Yeah. Here we go. So, this is a level that was made by a guy at Sonic Retro. And I can't remember his name. It's in the credits of Sonic Time Twisted. But it starts with a P. I believe he's French. And it was for a game called Sonic Project Retro, which was Sonic Retro's attempt to make Sonic 4 before Sonic 4. And that game got canceled. As the Retro admins do, they decide they don't like something and just delete it all and tell everybody to stop talking about it. And so that's what they did in this case, just like they did with the Sonic 4 conversations. So I asked the guy if I could have this, and he said yes. So this is like the base set that I got from him, but I did a lot of work to it too to make it fit Time Twisted. So we'll look at, oh, I'll just open it this way, I think. Okay. Yeah. So this would be, we'll just have to look at these one by one. So these are gimmicks I put together. Shout out to Paint. Yeah, I used to use Paint all the freaking time. Sonic 2 Advanced Edit also used a version of this stage, but it was a little different. In fact, you can see that here from these. Sonic Advanced 2 Edit had some like overlap with Sonic Project Retro. Sonic Project Retro, I think that's what it's called. I can't remember if it had 4 in the name or not. But so this blimp here was going to be like something you could bounce off of, like a bouncy cloud. This platform here was going to spin, so you could like stand on it, but be constantly spinning. This was like kind of dumb actually, but it was like a stoplight, and I was just going to make you crush through those with a spin. You kind of go through them. It might be cool. I might still add it. Then there was this hook, which I'm sure you can all imagine what it would have been like. This little spiky thing would have just moved around. This is a box, like, and there's supposed to be a lid on the box here. These little platforms would have popped out, and they would have been like one here, one up here, one up here. So they'd have formed like steps. After you open the box, they would have floated out. This thing here would have been an elevator, so they would have been going up these platforms and down these platforms, and you could have stood on them to go up and down. And then these, of course, would have been spinny. Yeah, so let's keep going, because I got a past version of this too. Don't save. Okay, this is the background. One of the backgrounds they had made from the game Sonic 4. I really like the Eggman in the background. Always thought that was sick. I think the other background, and I love this star, like this little thing up here. That's really neat. I think the other one's a little bit better, though, if I remember right. Let me see if I can get it. Which one is this? This is Cosmic Groove 20. So this is Cosmic Groove 22. So they made a second background here as well. I like this one a little bit more. Yeah. And this is what I was working on for a past version. You can see I was referencing, I think these buildings are from a Batman video game, and then this is from a game called Socket or Time Dominator for the Genesis. And I sort of modeled them and made them, or like used those as references and made my own buildings out of it. Yeah. I also, since this came from a Batman video game and I referenced a Batman video game, I was thinking about putting the like Batman thing in the stars, kind of like it was with the Eggman one. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but it was an idea. Here you can kind of see a little bit of like what I was thinking, although not all that background is final. Here's another example of what I was thinking. Let's see. Is that the same? Maybe it is. So this one's called Dark City. I think this is from, I don't know where this is from. I think I was using it as a reference or something. So I don't think that was original though. There's just a gradient. I had to go through these all because I don't know what they all are. Past sky. So here's like the gradient for the sky again. Sine curves. So these were like, I was working on the different platform sizes. There's more too. We'll get there. But I was thinking about using the train that D Lightyear's made that ended up being used in Triple Trouble. These buildings I remixed from the water level in Rice Star. So that was pretty cool. I like the way those turned out. Can I actually view these here? I think something's wrong with my thumbnails. Well, more buildings. There's more to look at, don't worry. Green background I was testing. Some green clouds. Okay, so that's all that, but that isn't the end of it. There's two more things I want to look at. So let me just keep this here, and I have to pop open Photoshop here and save this out since I, for some reason, can't show you Photoshop directly. Something to do with the past BG. Okay. And I had another one. Yeah. So we're just going to look at two mock-ups for the past background. I'll just call this past BG2. Okay. Back to... Okay, so let's open this up here. Past BG. So here's one of them. I had these in Photoshop in different layers and things, but this was the initial attempt at a background for it, and I really didn't like this one much, so it wouldn't have been used. Didn't like what I came up with there. But the other one is a little bit better. So you can see with this one, probably wouldn't have done the clouds like that in game, but it remixes a bit of the future background, uses these buildings and the Ristar buildings, and I think this color palette works a lot better. What I was thinking is I'm going for like a retro city, like an old 1920s city or something like that, where the future would be more like futuristic and stuff like that. Yeah. So let me pull back the chat here. Actually, let's just go back to Big Cam. Let's look at the chat here. There's still more to look at. We'll go back in just a second. You could do the bat signal without the bat with Sonic Space. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. That's a great idea, Nathan. I'm at the bottom of this, right? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so the last thing is actually a different application altogether. And we're going to put together the map. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Am I crazy? It's not Photoshop. Why am I not seeing tile? I have it open. How about now? All right, I'll start closing things. It's like not showing me the window to show it off. Don't do this to me. There it is. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. All right. So we got tiled here. Whoops. And basically I'm just using tiled to show you what this layout looked like originally. Because I had it all mapped out in these big PNGs, and you can see here, we can zoom in and get a lot of detail. Can I unclick that? Do erase. So yeah, you can see there's the background, and you would have run down this thing, dropped a lot. I was trying to do a layout more like Starlight Zone, but honestly, this layout probably needs a lot of work. These would have been those spinny things, so you could have fallen down to this track. It's pretty open and empty, so it needed a lot of work. But it's actually... And you can see here, these are where I was talking about those boxes. You'd open them and these things would pop out and you could climb up there, and that would actually have been a death pit, which I know everybody loves. There's actually a little more of this level we can finish here real quick. How how do I do this? New. And the last one is 5-0, so I need 5-1. It's right here. Quick, finish it up. 5-1. Sure. Click it here. So this is another chunk that went there. You can keep going on this. So now we need 6. Yes. Back here, go with the next one. Wait. Okay, it went down there. Did I get 6-1 by accident? Or maybe 6 is just on the bottom. Starts at 0. Thought it started at the top. 6-1. Yes. So yeah, this does look like the top. So this would have gone here. Let's keep going. We can finish this off real quick. There's only a few more tiles left. So 7-0, save, yes. Back here, next tile. This is not how you make a level in Tiled if you're trying to get a tutorial here. No. You don't make a bunch of big, massive PNGs and plaster them like this, but this is a good way to show what I had. Because these were actually, because this level was actually designed not in Game Maker, but in this ASCII, I can't say the name, but it's like a hedgehog engine that's excellent. Mercury's a level editor he made for it called Sonic 5. It was a little just tile level editor that you could add tiles to and stuff. It was pretty cool. Wish you would have finished it, but it worked for me when I needed it. And we'll just keep going here. Quick wrap this up. Did I miss it? I feel like I missed something. No, that's not one. So then, yeah. I feel like I missed one. I don't know. Yeah, I did. Okay, next tile. Try to talk and focus on what you're doing. That was 8. So we have 9 left and 10. So 4 left. And then we'll take a good look at this stage and we'll see what we think about it. See how much it sucks. Wait, I thought I got 10 here. Did I not? Am I crazy? Or, oh, yeah. And then, yeah, okay. Too many steps. I can't do more than 2 steps at a time. So that, yeah. Yes, back over here, next tile. That would have been there. I think I got kind of lazy at the end, especially. When I was making this level, I really didn't feel like I had a good grasp on what it was I was going for. I just knew I wanted to make something a little bit more like Starlight Zone. And this is a good jumping off point for making a level. But I'm confused and I'm too much to keep track of and stream. Okay, so I guess I already got the 9s. I just needed 10. My bad. I had 10? Can I just not go any further? Oh, I see. Is that as far as I got then? So that's 10-1, so I've got 10-0 twice. I guess I never added 10-2. That's my problem. Or 10-1. Okay. 10-1. There. So now the level's complete. This is what it looked like. There was a past version too, but it was really just a palette swap. But we'll look at the tiles for that real quick too. So you can see kind of how the path would have come down. You could have gone this top path or this bottom path. Could have gone up this way, gone around there, gone down, or you could have fallen, gone down this middle path, or there's a bottom path here, which also kind of takes you to a middle path. And there was this, and I was thinking maybe you could leap up here somehow, maybe another one of those little boxes, and lots of running. I think it would be hard to place badniks in this level, though, because of how many long, straight areas there are. So it really needs a redesign. Yeah, let's switch back to paint here for just a second while I show you guys a couple background tiles. We won't look at them all because they're pretty much all the same, but we'll look at them quick. So go back to open here, and MMF MMP. So like here's the, see the purple buildings, and then the background there, you can kind of see what it would look like. Same layout, I believe, because what I would do with the time twisted layouts is I would make the future layout or the past layout, depending on which one I want to make first, and then I would take that same layout and just change the tiles out so that it was the future or the past version, and then I would make all kinds of changes to it. I would redraw the level so that it felt somewhat similar but was very different, and I had to keep track of all the time travel spots too, because they would all be a little bit different spots. It wasn't like CD where it was pretty much 1-to-1. Each level pretty much had the exact same layout as the other level, except for like a few little differences here and there. Let's look at one more of these. Yeah, not too much else to look at. It's just different parts of the level. Yeah, it's Gigopolis. It definitely is Gigopolis. Remake Sonic Time Twisted? No, I wouldn't remake it. There's no reason to remake it. It's like, you could add to it. You want to add like cool new sprites, improve some of the badniks, improve some of the level layouts, you know, improve those cutscenes. Am I right? At least the ones I did. But it doesn't need remade. And in fact, it's got a Game Maker 2 port now, and Alex is still working on it, so there's no reason to remake it. You can work on it. That'd be like remaking Sonic Roboblast 2. It's still being worked on. This is I was using tiled, if you were curious. This is Windows Paint. Okay, so that's that. We won't go too deep into spoilers for Superstars, but I was curious, like, are you all enjoying it? Are you playing it? How are you feeling about Superstars? You're cooking for the community showcase? Cool. If you don't get to it this week, Dark, we can always do it next week too. It's going to be an ongoing thing. I'm always going to do it. That's the plan. Hey, Clone. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming. I don't know how you say your name. Harmazus? Thank you for coming. And William, yeah, thanks for coming. Willian? Will? Thanks for coming as well. But yeah, Time Twister remake, not really. You want to add to it? For sure. Time Twisted improvement is more like it. How do you say what I was trying to say? That guy's name, Harizumis. That's my best shot at it. Haru. Okay, Haru. Thanks for coming, man. Okay. So, I hope you all are enjoying Superstars. I am. Let's see, what level am I on? I think I'm on the 9th zone right now. Just been a total blast so far. I hear some mixed things about it. Man, I love it. So far, I'm 9 zone in. Feels like a classic Sonic game. Maybe the level design isn't quite as varied as like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it's still great. The level design is good. I was worried they were going to overdo the boosters. They haven't done that. They reuse some bad nicks, but I'm sure some people have a problem with that. I don't. Sonic 1 reuses them, and a couple other places are reused too. I don't care about that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Special stages are kind of mids. Like, they don't. I wish they would have done like a more traditional 3D style. I have trouble with my S's, but my 3D special stage. Yeah. Okay, let's see what some of you guys are saying. What was the lost level? I wasn't here. It was Gigapolis. You can always replay it. Constantinia, or something close to that. Yeah, and like I said, if these streams go good, start getting 50 people showing up. Then heck yeah, we'll do that. Patreon helps too if you guys are interested. I've got tons of my Patreon is $2 a month. I'm basically using it as a blog to show off some additional No More Robots stuff. A few things from other stuff I'm working on too, but it's basically a blog. But if these do good and I get some Patreons or even GameFAQs special members, I'm thinking like we'll do some member streams or something like that. Totally understand if you can't do it. It's like, whatever. Just enjoy having you here either way. Yeah, but Sonic Superstars, loving it. I've heard some mixed things about some of the bosses later on. So we'll see how that goes. I think one thing I wanted to say about the bosses is like a lot of people have problems when you have to wait in bosses. Like if you hit a boss and then you have to avoid his attacks for a while before you get a chance to hit him again. If you've played Time Twisted, I do not have a problem with that. It is nice when you can cheese a boss, but I don't think every boss should be cheesable. And there are cheesable bosses in Time Twisted, and they're some of the most frustrating bosses, like that Viridian Valley Metal Sonic fight. You can totally go over there and hit that guy 6 times and barely in like 3 seconds, and the level's over. Granted, you could get a little reckless and die, but I mean, come on. If you don't have 90 lives in Time Twisted, come on, they're everywhere. And you can get them in the special stages, and you can farm them. Don't give me that. Yeah, what else are you guys saying here in the chat? Yeah, we mentioned that. You love my work. Thank you, Haru. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm happy there's a Sonic 4, a real Sonic 4 now 2 clone. Sonic Mania was awesome, but it was all remixed levels, and it kind of felt like a fan game because I'd been playing those guys' games for like 10, 15 years by that point. But Mania is great. I have to say I love Superstars more though. Like my ranking for Sonic games now, it's really probably pretty surprising. It's still Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It might be, and then maybe Sonic CD, then maybe Superstars, and Generations is up there, and so is Frontiers, even though I haven't played Frontiers that much. But man, they're killing it with the Sonic games lately. The Sonic 2, I'll say it again, I mentioned this already, but the lost level for Sonic Time Twisted was Gigapolis Zone, and I was going to call it Metro Mayhem. I don't know if I'll stick with that name. I had a past and a future. We looked at the level map and stuff like that. You have to scrub back in the stream if you want to see that, my guy. Okay, you want to do it next week, Dark? That's awesome. I'd be happy to do it. That'll give me a chance to like look at it too if you want me to in advance. That way I'm not like talking out of my behind or something. Okay. So yeah, Sonic Superstars, really loving that. I'll let you guys know when I get to that final boss if it's a problem or not. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I wanted to talk about today, really. There was the showcase, but it doesn't seem like anybody has anything for that today, so that's okay. Do you want to look at those screenshots now? No. We can do that next week. I think that's what you're saying. If you do want to look at the screenshots now, I'll pull them up in Paint, but it's up to you. Yeah. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I sent you now. You want to look at them? All right, we'll look at them. So, Dark is making another Sonic fan game called Sonic Aurora, right? Am I saying that right? I have. Yeah, and so this is just an image. I don't know why it says jump scare. But I'll save it here real quick and we can take a look. So Dark is making a Sonic game called Sonic Aurora. Never mind, I'm doing it next week. Okay. Oral. God, don't. Okay. Let me get it up here. It's really hard to look at none of my thumbnails. Something's wrong with my thumbnails, so I can't see the... I can't see the pictures, and I don't read words so good. Okay, what did I name it? Image, and it's in... put it in here. Metro Madness, and we save it as image. Okay. Then I open the image. Sonic Aurora, right? Aurora. Yeah, there we go. So this game looks beautiful. One of the prettiest fan games I've seen, and Dark's always posting about it in our chat. Loving those palm trees and that flower there, and Sonic's looking real sharp too. I might saturate Sonic a little bit more, just me, but it looks awesome. And that color of Sonic, it really fits with the sunset. It just looks real nice. Always great to see what you're working on, Dark. Thanks for always posting it in the Bound to Game to have Discord. I always check it out and I always like it. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a demo of this at some point in the future, maybe next Sage Expo. What about you, Clone? You want to share something? Let me hit me up if you want to share something. Hit me up in Discord. Next month there'll be a demo of Aurora, so maybe we'll try that out on stream too, right? Hit me up on stream, Clone, or on Discord. I'll look at your stuff, bro. In the meantime, let's get some Jamies going. What do I got here? I think I like this one. Oh, I do like this one. I don't know if I'm syncing, but click team loading being wild. Wildin'. Alright, I'll give you a couple more minutes. If you can't get it, we'll do it next week. We're gonna do this every week. At least that's the plan. I might switch it to 11 though, because I like that extra half an hour. It's like, come on. I'm ready to stream. And then like my mic wasn't working, so I was like, son of a Jimmy Johns. That's what I said. Son of a Jimmy Johns. Yeah. Not seeing anything from you, Clone. Oh yeah, because I was blasting it. Sorry. Sorry about that. I was trying to blast the music while we were waiting for our clone. My bad. Gotta remember that. Like, I like having the music, but I gotta remember to turn it down. So, give clone just another second here. If he doesn't have anything, we will call it a day. Oh, I know one thing I gotta do. I do need some new photos, like, you know, those face pictures that everybody has on YouTube. So while we're waiting for clone, I'll just try to do that. Probably don't watch this part because I don't want you guys to actually see me doing this. But so just look away. I'm assuming your eyes are closed now. All you better be closing your eyes. That's all I'm saying. So that I can get some good. How's that? You think those are good? Oh, you weren't watching. Good. All right. How's that? So hopefully I can find some good photos to use. I know you guys aren't watching me because I asked you specifically not to. I need to make sure my head's in shot now. All right. So some of those should be good, I think. I'm glad nobody was watching me while I was doing that because that had been embarrassing, but yeah. So clone, now that we're back, since we've been gone for a minute, yeah, did you get that rocking? Let me check my messages. Oh, I got a message from clone. Let's see. He's got some photos here to show us. All right, we're gonna save them out and we'll quick look at them, and we're gonna get close here to calling it a stream, so we'll see flippy thumbnail. So these are all for Sonic Flipside. Save image. This one's image. I'll name them all Flippy, I guess. Flippy 2, and he's got 4 of them here. Clone's been working on some 6 sprites, so we'll be looking at those. Flippy 3. Just give me a second here while I get them all together. I'll have to figure out what's wrong with that Windows image viewer. Like, really? It must be using 4 or something. Okay. Okay, so let me switch back here. We'll pop open one of Mr. Clone's items to show off today. So, where are the flippies? Here's Flippy thumbnail. Don't save. Ooh, that's sharp. That's pretty cool. Love the background. The Sonic's looking real good. And I like the logo too. Good work, clone. Get my head out of the way. I don't know. Yeah, there. Ta-da! Alright. Let's check out the next one. Flippy 2. Ooh. And that's what I was doing, right? God dang it. Well, that one looks cool too. I like the shading. Kind of reminds me of Sonic 3 shading, but the Sonic is a little bit bigger. That's pretty sick. Let's see here. Don't even have any criticisms on either of those ones, honestly. Not that I'm trying to be overly critical or anything, but if there was a little something, I might make a suggestion or two, you know. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh man, that's cool. Whoa, let's turn off that chat real quick so we can see the whole dealie. So Eggman, I think he's lost a few pounds, or maybe he's taller and he's still the same weight. I'm not sure on that one. What do you guys think? All right. Turn down this music a little more. I think we're okay, but still. Yes, let's look through these. Okay, so Sonic's looking pretty cool. He's got a little bit of a bigger head than he does in the classic. I like his spikes. They look great. He kind of reminds me like the modern Sonic, classic Sonic. Modern classic Sonic, because there's like several Sonics, right? Like there's classic Sonic, and then there's Dreamcast Sonic, and then modern Sonic and modern classic Sonic, right? Tails is looking good here too. I like how you kind of rounded off his ear a little. That's nice. And this tail, like, I always felt like the tails were a little too dark on the back, but that totally is like exactly what they do in Sonic 2. So no critique there, my guy. Amy and Knuckles are looking pretty sharp. I like Knuckles' design a lot, actually. It's better than the Sonic 3 one. It kind of looks like a mix of the Sonic 3 and Sonic Chaotix, but with a little bit bigger head. Actually, I think all your sprites kind of have a little bit bigger heads. It's cute. Hey Strix, thanks for coming. You missed everything. We're almost done. We're looking at clones sprites right now. Metal Sonic is looking sharp. I don't know that I have anything to say about him. He looks cool though. Mighty's looking awesome too. Kind of same situation. Metal Sonic or Super Sonic's looking real sharp. He looks a little oranger than usual, but I guess he usually has that flash, right? You can't do that in pixel art without animation. And Azura, well, he's looking pretty good. Were you complaining that somebody like turned him into a chick or something the other day? I feel like I remember you saying that. Maybe it was somebody else though. 16 by 16 head goes burr. Nice. Yeah, Tails and Mighty are real cute, Hari. Yeah, and Eggman, like, he got some bigger glasses. He's sporting like aviators now, I feel like, you know, big old aviators. And he grew a little bit taller. Probably been working out at the gym just a little bit. He can't get too motivated, but he's working out just enough to trim down a few pounds, you know. Maybe he's taking some Slim Fast shakes or something. I don't know. But he's looking really cool. Or maybe all of the fat is going to his head, and he like somehow pushed it up to his head because his head looks a lot bigger than the regular Eggman head. Okay, well, let's look at the build next week, if that's all right, Clone. Are you good with that? Because with a build like that, I want to download it and make sure it works and all that. Plus, I need content for next week. So yeah, we'll look at your build next week. Totally down to do that. Let's look at one more. I think you've got one more, and then I saw a message from my guy Retro Schaefer. Okay, so these are just these look like the ones from Sonic or not from Sonic, from Knuckles Chaotix. You made them green. Are they different? I don't really remember very well, to be honest with you. Next Saturday, yep. We'll look at your build next Saturday, Clone. So get it ready. And let's see, Retro Schaefer. Oh, he's showing me all the advanced edit stuff. Yeah, it looks like advanced edit's starting to use some of this stuff too, but you know what? I might use it too. It'll be cool. Fan games with similar remix levels. I mean, they do it in official games all the time. Why not? Yeah. So yeah. I think that's about it for this stream, guys. Any last minute thoughts before we wrap it up? Thank you all for coming. I really enjoyed this stream. Hope you guys did too. Hope we keep doing these. I hope you guys keep showing up. Yeah, watch Game Facts Special. Check out my YouTube channel, Game Facts Special, or YouTube/Game Facts Special. Gonna have some new Sonic videos up. Every canceled Sonic game part 2, and Sonic 2 time travel video about Sonic 2 time travel. So that should be right up all your guys' alley. Hey, sorry you missed it, Nitro. But we'll be back at it next Saturday, probably 11 a.m. instead of 11:30. And we'll be doing these all we'll be doing these all. Yeah. All right, if there are no last minute words, I will take us out with a chill ace tune. Chill ace tune. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome for streaming, buddy. Yeah. Happy birthday, Ari. Is that Haru or Hari? Wasn't quite sure on that. Hope you have a great birthday. And the rest of you, hope you have a good Saturday. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing your stuff. And that'll be it. Take care.